all the stuff that you've seen a ton of anime. Obviously, you've been in Japan. What do you think? What character do you think embodies you, or somebody that you're like, you know what, this character is either something like that I look up to, or I aspire to be, or I just resonate with this character with what I've been through in my life? Like, who would that character or anime be?
I have a lot of characters. It's like picking your favorite child. But like, obviously they're all kind of similar because they're all shonen. I guess part of the reason why Sasuke was one of my favorite characters in Naruto, and this will be different for everybody because obviously based off your own experiences, you will be attached to a different character. But for me, what happened at the exact same time that Sasuke lost his older brother was my older brother passed away.
Ugh.
And it's just as bad. Like Jiraiya also, like the father figure, passed away, and at the same time, Ace, Fire Fist Ace, also passed away. So like all these older brother figures passed away when my actual older brother passed away. Wow. So it's for that reason that One Piece is like always gonna have a place in my heart. Naruto will always have a place in my heart. They didn't really have like an equivalent in Bleach, but I still love Bleach because that brother also loved Bleach and Dragon Ball. But because of that, and despite what each of those characters went through, having lost their older brother, that too gave me hope to continue. Like it was a really hard time for me in that. When my brother passed away, my parents couldn't cope. They weren't handling it, so they moved from Sydney to Queensland, different state. And part of the consequence of doing that while in your senior grades of high school is that you can't get pulled out of high school, otherwise you fail just from moving state. Basically, like it was the time there. So I would basically be giving up my senior school by moving from Sydney to Queensland just because of that time period. Right. So not only did I just lose my elder brother, who was like my best friend type figure, but we moved, so I had to leave behind all my friends, and also had to go into a situation where I would basically fail because of the system. So it was definitely a really tough time, and the thing that really motivated me was actually, those anime characters, despite them losing their older siblings, still went on and became great and did great things. And so I still managed to get into law school and study a law degree. I also did a double degree eventually and then studied Japanese as well. And I actually chose to serve a mission because I knew that there's a lot of people out there who would be really sad and upset about like losing loved ones, but I knew that I could help them. And so me having gone through that experience, I felt like I could relate to people a little bit by being empathetic with them, because I not understand their situation perfectly, but a little bit better having gone through some of those really hard things. And it's for that reason that even now, like Sasuke is like his whole character development, he has a massive what's the word, developing phase where now he's basically self-sacrificed himself for the future of Boruto. Right. And that was a cycle that started with Itachi. We thought he was the bad guy, but the entire time he was actually acting like a good guy. And in many ways, I kind of felt it was very similar to the way my brother lived his life in a way. I didn't realize how much he did for me until he was gone. Right. And I'd say for that reason, it's probably been one of my biggest motivators. And one of the reasons why I still post and talk about anime is because he absolutely loved fighting shows and anime. And so I do a lot of things in my life because it's like a memory or in honor to my older brother. And anime is one of them. And it's always been like a big motivator. Like I know that he would want me to do better and just like push myself. And that's why like when I'm in the gym, I also think about like how proud he would be of me, and just like how Itachi would be for Sasuke and Sasuke of Naruto. And yeah, I'd say that's probably like Luffy. That's why I like have a bit of a soft spot for Luffy as well as Sasuke, and even Naruto with the whole Jiraiya bit, and Minato even. Look, Minato did a similar thing too. Like yeah, self-sacrifice, and Naruto didn't really figure out what happened until much later. So and yeah, that's why all those shows I think for me personally have like a really profound impact on like never giving up as a consequence of those characters never did either, and they just became like amazing people. Like they weren't perfect. Sasuke wasn't perfect, same as me. Like Sasuke literally tried to like destroy his whole village. I didn't try to do that, but I mean like I'm saying that he went from this horrible person to huge character development, and basically became somebody who effectively saved the entire world, and also future battles. Like yeah, he was the shadow Hokage, so to speak. And so a lot of people give Sasuke a lot of hate for that, but if you were in Sasuke's shoes, I feel like I would have tried wiping out the village a long time ago if everybody tried to kill me. You know what I mean? Like, and I kind of felt like it was very relatable at the time. Like when, like my brother passed away, you often feel very alone. And that's how Sasuke often felt, was very alone. And then eventually it was Naruto, his friend, who managed to, you know, kind of make him have friends and stop being so self-centric and become what he became today.